everyone. What is up? Happy Sunday. How we doing? How is everything going? Oh my gosh. Woo, I know last week I was off. We were actually in LA. But I'm just making sure I'm adjusting some of my volume here. So hopefully y'all can hear me just fine. If you can't hear me, tell me, by the way. My mic, I'm cold. I'm freezing cold, so I have a few layers on. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit under the layers. But oh my gosh, look at this. Rocking my Top Dog gear. This is his cropped hoodie. I absolutely love this. This is like my perfect sweatshirt. But I'm just, it's so good. I love it. What up, radio? How are you? Right? I know. The Titanic, right? One of the menus that I pulled from our jar. And I gotta say, I'm like very concerned too, because I know why, but they actually, like, I found pictures of the actual menu. This menu is like part of it. Obviously, I had to switch a few things, but this is the menu of the night the ship sank. Like, the menu changed every night. If you don't know, with cruise ships, every night it's like a new menu, so you don't get sick of the same old, same old. But this is food that was served the night the ship actually sank. Or I guess the night before, because it was like 2 a.m, I think, something like that. And this is all the first class menu. I kind of was going back and forth with, I don't like this song. Hold on. It's like very interesting. Hold on. I'm switching songs here. You know what? I knew that someone was going to remember I had to do Titanic. And I was like, I got to do it. And it was a fun little rabbit hole to go down, just because obviously, like, I was going to try to do things like one thing from each class as far as where you were in the ship. But the first, steerage and third class, like, they basically got porridge. I'm not kidding you, like toast and porridge every day for every meal. It was horrible. And then the first class, they actually had a lot of stuff, but I was just like, okay, what do I feel like making? Some of it, I was like, this sounds disgusting. It's just not what I was going to eat. So there's a little bit of like, hey, I'm going to change it a little bit. But as always with the menu, I did at the top pin in chat the recipes and where I'm pulling them from. But it's definitely really unique and really different. There are, like I said, some things I'm changing. So the first thing is the potatoes. The recipe linked has them 2 different ways, because I guess they were served 2 different ways. So we're making it one of them, which I've never done, is I'm cooking it in butter. What up, Top Dog? I'm rocking your gear. If you guys didn't know, Top Dog is my husband. He is my taste tester. He's also a streamer. He has a whole gear shop. I do not. But it is cold in Vegas. Well, it's cold for me. And so I needed to layer up today. And this is, just so you know, this is the cropped hoodie. It's not like super cropped. It's kind of nice. My belly button's here. My hips are here. I have a wide area. Torso? I have a very wide torso. So the crop isn't like super, super cropped. I think this is a 2X or an XL. I can't remember. But it's super comfy. But Top Dog actually isn't even here right now. He is in San Diego, so he is legit, like, out there. He went on a guy's trip this weekend, and so he is going to be watching me from San Diego. So no taste testers today. It's just me and whatever I say. So I guess that's it. You're on your way home. Nice. I love it. But yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is potatoes. So y'all know I don't like potatoes, but this seemed interesting. I've never cooked them. We're going to dice them and then cook them in butter. Like, just cook them in butter. So I have a feeling I might like potatoes this way. Which, sidetrack, this week, Top Dog and I, we were very blessed, and we got a good deal to get some crab legs. So we ended up having crab legs, and it was the first time I ever made him like true clarified butter, which is that clear butter. You take all the fats out. And he, no joke, said when he dies, he wants to be put in a water sealed coffin filled with clarified butter. He like basically wanted to drink it. So I'm really interested to see how these potatoes come out because we're cooking them in butter. So I am like so excited, never done it that way. Okay, so my next one is I'm doing kind of a certain way. They had a sirloin steak, or they had a steak with a horseradish sauce on it, because I'm not gonna lie, their menu was really confusing. Like I was looking at it, if you Google it, you can see it. I couldn't tell what was what, because it's like it'd go like this and then all, I don't know how their lines of writing worked. I didn't get that far into it. I was so confused, but I saw steak with horseradish sauce. So I was like, oh my gosh, I will do steak. I'm going to cut it up. We're going to kind of give it a good little sear and then put a horseradish sauce on it. Maybe do like toothpicks into it, almost like appetizer-ish. It's actually one of my favorite things to make. I make this usually on a crostini. But this recipe for a horseradish sauce, this is the first time I'm using that one. And then the next one, I don't even know how to say it. It's supposed to be salmon with mussolini sauce. I don't really know how to say it. I don't have salmon and I didn't feel like it, but I had defrosted chicken already and I want to use that. So we're going to do the chicken. I'm just not poaching it. I am going to roast it. Probably on the stove. Yeah, I'll put it on the stove. And then from there, we'll put the sauce on it. So there, I'm changing some things. And then the very last thing that they actually had a few options for desserts. I'm not going to lie, all of them did not look appetizing to me, except for eclairs. And up until 5 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do eclairs. I'm going to do eclairs. And I'm like, I don't know if I feel like eating eclairs. I know I've made eclairs a lot on this channel, so I might switch dessert to a blueberry cobbler instead. I know that's really random, but it just sounds really good, and I have all the things for a blueberry cobbler. So this stream might turn out like the Titanic and not go as planned. You know what I mean? So we might do things a little different. If I do decide to do the cobbler, I do it in a crock pot, which means I need to start it now. So I have like a minute to decide. Am I doing eclairs or am I going to do cobbler? Gotta decide. Anyways, how are you guys though? How was your week? How was everything? Last weekend, we got to meet friends that Top Dog actually met gaming, and they have been playing together for a very long time. They have never met in person, and so we all got to meet last weekend. That's what I was doing. I don't even know if I need this. I don't think I have to set my oven. Oh my gosh, I'm like all kinds of confused. But yeah, so that's what we were doing last weekend. And that was so fun. Right, radio? I am literally sitting here going like, I've changed so many things. We're doing this a little different. You know, we'll do the horseradish sauce first. And if by the end, if I haven't made up my mind, then we're going to do cobbler. You know what? I want to do cobbler. What am I pretending? We're going to do cobbler because that's honestly what sounds good to me. So I want to do crock pot cobbler, and I'm going to do blueberry. And we're just going to pretend they had this. No one knows. We don't know what they had the rest of the week. And it's so funny because in my head, this is how tired I was. It was one late night. I started looking at the menu and I was like, I got to do this tomorrow because I don't know what's happening here. Because my head went, how would they know like what was on the menu? And I'm like, well, duh, there were survivors. Of course they got asked like, what was dinner? What was this? But then they found the actual menu, which I was like, maybe somebody put it in their pocket or they found it during one of the excavations. But they literally went through, I found like all these sites that go through all the different things the different classes and workers would eat. And like, basically, I felt so bad, like the steerage, the workers, and third class. I mean, their menu was absolutely horrific. Like I said, rice pudding, toast, that's like all it was. And I just couldn't believe it. And then first class, you had like 20 options with salmon, steak, foie gras. Like it was wild to see the difference. Like, you know it's different, but it's kind of wild to see it. Okay, we're gonna bring out the crock pot for this guy. I'm actually gonna do this, I think, over the stove. Let me get a cutting board real quick to make this even so that you guys can actually see how I do this. It's quite easy. Oh my gosh, but I am not ready for Thanksgiving. I am not hosting it this year, which I am so excited about. I'm still bringing food, but not hosting. In fact, my little sister is hosting this year. So I'm so excited. I don't think I need an apron today. I'm so excited for that. I'm trying to decide what I want to bring over. I've thought about trying. Has anyone ever made like a nutmeg mac and cheese? I've thought about trying a nutmeg mac and cheese out. I don't know if it's going to taste good, but why not try it out, right? Okay, so what we need for this is why I knew I had everything. So I got blueberry pie filling, 1 French vanilla cake mix. This is how easy, by the way, this cobbler is. To the point that I have people all the time be like, I'm making your cobbler. And I'm like, it's a fake cobbler. I need to get 1 whole stick of butter. And let me grab another cutting board. Okay. And then we'll probably do a little cinnamon. Yeah, Jedi, it is. How are you doing? Okay, here we go. I'm supposed to do eclairs because that was what was served the night for the Titanic, but I don't want to. So eclairs, I've made them so many times on this channel that I'm just like, I don't want eclairs. I want something I'm gonna eat, something that's gonna be delicious. Okay, so you're just gonna cut your butter into just little strips. Oof, this is the knife I forgot I broke. I gotta move that. And I gotta use a real knife, not one of those little ones. And you don't have to have this be room temp butter, by the way. Cold butter is fine. You guys can kind of see that. Okay. Yeah, it was wild researching this though. Like, obviously, so when the movie, The Titanic, came out, the one with Leo and Kate Winslet, because obviously there's been a bunch. I was, believe, middle school. I wasn't high school, but I was for sure middle school. And I remember being fascinated with it and learning all the history of it, just everything. I can't remember if the internet was out yet or if it had just started. Might have just started when this came out, so I wasn't like researching that way, but through books. And like I was addicted to finding out all this stuff about Titanic and all that, but I could never remember seeing a menu, so it was kind of fun researching this again, being like, oh my gosh, the menu and like all the different things they would do during the night, and it was really cool to see. So for Titanic, this is quite a theme, but let's hope this goes a little better than the Titanic did. Let's hope we get through this. Maybe I will be the unsinkable Molly here. All right, I'm going to go to stove view so you guys can see this. Okay, this is how easy this is. So I've already put this on high. Ooh, okay. Blueberry. And I actually think I have some mixed berries that I might throw in here. But all I'm trying to do is get all the good out of the can of the filling. If you do this with like raw, there's like not the jelliness of it. I would advise like maybe just put a little bit of a blueberry jelly with it with your blueberries. Let me look and see if I have I think I have some blueberries. I do. Just because if you do it with just blueberries, it will burn a little bit. So you can also do it with just some water, but I'm going to throw some frozen blueberries in there. So we can get that, and I'm just gonna kind of mix them up a little bit. I like it to be very blueberry, but I don't want anything to burn. And that's where that pie filling is really, really helpful. You could also do your own pie filling and just stick it in here, but I know I could buy mine for like just a few dollars, and then when I mix it with other berries, like fresh berries, it ends up working out really, really well. Okay, let's do this. All right, now the cake mix. Simple, simple, simple. And I will just kind of flatten it out just a little bit. Don't mix. Do not mix this. You just put it on top. Then I am going to do a little bit of cinnamon. You could do cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. It just kind of gives it something extra. Nutmeg, I mean anything warm and comfy. Then your butter. You're just going to put your butter slices. This is an interesting song. This is supposed to be elevator music, by the way. That's what this station's called. And we have gotten like no elevator music from this station. All right. Okay. Got this. I had to change that music. It was distracting me. All right. And then you let it sit. That is it. That's it. You let that sit, and we're going to let it sit the entire stream on high. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, guys. I can't believe it. So, again, blueberry filling, some real blueberries. You could even do like, I had a mixed berry I almost put in there. So you could do like a mixed berry cobbler that way. Cherry, peach, honestly, anything. Okay, that was easy. So that's obviously our first thing because it needs to sit at least 2.5, 3 hours depending on how hot your crock pot can get. And then, oh, you know what? I have some, I gotta throw that knife away. Got some extra butter here. Never let the extra butter go. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on now. We're gonna do the horseradish sauce. So, like I said, in their dinners, I couldn't really read their menu great with, like I said, how it's written up. But they had a steak with a horseradish sauce. So, I'm not going to do a full steak with the sauce on it. I want to do almost like steak bites that we can put dip into a horseradish or lightly put a horseradish sauce on. So, I'm going to make the horseradish sauce first. And then we'll go ahead and I'll make the steak later. Right? Like, I don't think this is going to be too crazy of a meal. Again, I switched some things around, so we have that. But I'm excited. I am really excited. I'm hoping to get some really cool things from this as far as like the steak with horseradish sauce, not too crazy. The chicken with that sauce, I've never had the mussolina. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I've never had a sauce like that. So I'm excited to try that one. And then potatoes. I have never cooked potatoes in butter. So I'm actually really excited to try that. So I'm hoping I'll get some good ideas, especially because a lot of that is nice, warm, like comforting food. So maybe I can use it for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. But did you all, if you're in the US, did you enjoy your extra hour of sleep? We did the rollback last night or this morning at like 2 in the morning. So I was so excited to get like an extra hour of sleep. Seriously, this isn't my favorite time of year with how like the time goes, but I hate losing an hour. So I know it'll come up, but I don't know if y'all ever experience that. We have a few states in the US that don't do it anymore either. So, but here in Nevada, we still do it. All right, let's get our stuff ready. You did? Good, Top Dog. I know, Top was out, man. He was out on a guy's trip. He'll probably share about it on his stream on Tuesday, but he's actually not here. So he's not going to be trying any of this food. Well, he will, but he'll try it off camera when he's home. I'll probably be off stream by the time he comes home. because he's coming home from San Diego. Okay, got our horseradish. I love horseradish sauce. It's just the smell of it gets to me so bad. Like, I'm like, ugh, ugh. But I like the sauce. What were you saying, Jedi? It's not an extra hour, it's the hour they stole from us, right? Exactly. Because that one, like, I love the time of spring forward. So I like it when it's lighter in the day, like later in the day. I like that time frame, but I hate going to it because of that losing an hour really messes with my head. Like, for some reason, it just, I can't get away from it. It messes with my head. Okay, I'm just grabbing sour cream right now. It's like the hardest thing. I have a harder time with time changes than I do with jet lag. Is that weird? Like, I just have a really hard time with it. Maybe it's because I'm not doing anything. So it's like, when I come back from a different time zone, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. Rather than stealing an hour. Okay, sour cream. What have you guys been up to? Honestly, my life is filled with work right now. I am trying really hard. I'm kind of going through burnout. And so I'm trying really hard to, like, not get in a funk and get through the holiday weekend. We keep calling it, Top Dog and I right now, what do we keep calling it? It's like the gauntlet. Every weekend, every week, we have something that this was my first weekend that streaming was like the only thing I had to do. So this is like my 2-day break. But in 2 more days, we have somebody coming. They leave. The next day, someone else is coming to our house. Then they leave, and it's back-to-back birthday parties, and then Thanksgiving, and then we have breaks like a few weeks, and then it's Christmas. But there's actually birthday parties in between that as well. Like, it is getting to the end of 2024 is my goal. Like, I cannot sit and like talk about everything coming through. I can't, or else I will start freaking out because I just can't, like, that list is too long. So I'm working on like day to day, just get by day to day. Don't get burnt out. I'm not gonna lie, the headaches have been bad, but we're getting through it. I'm like trying to keep a routine, even when I know like that routine has to change every day. It's just, whew, it's rough. And I'm already like, okay, I gotta do some stuff for Christmas. I gotta get myself ready. I took down Halloween decorations. We had some on the inside. We didn't even have time to get candy for like kids. I couldn't believe it. We had no time for that this year. But I took down my Halloween village. I put up my pumpkin patch in my dining room because I have this china cabinet, and it's like, I call it my holiday wall. Like, during the holidays, that's the only part of my house I actually decorate. And so for Thanksgiving, I have all these pumpkins that match like the blues and creams of our house. So I put up, I mean, there's probably 30 pumpkins, different sizes that I put up. So like that, I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving decorations up. I do have other stuff for Thanksgiving, but since we're not hosting this year, I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to go crazy. I don't need to bring out all my, I have like Thanksgiving dishware. I have like all of that. And I was like, I don't need to do that this year. So honestly, I'm just trying to get to the end of the year. Like, once New Year's hits, I don't think we have anything planned yet, of course, but like I think that's our break, is like after New Year's, which, woo, it's rough. So yeah, I hope everyone else's 2024. I hope you guys all get to have some kind of a break and enjoy the season. I know I'll enjoy it. It's just one of those things where I can't think about it for very long, or else I freak out. Okay. But when we were in LA, like I said, we got to meet some of Top Dog's friends that we had, never met in person. He's been, ooh, I just got sauce on my face. He has known them for years and played with them on games. And if you watch his stream, there are actually people who he usually has in his stream. So like, it was like having friends that but it's like your first time really ever meeting each other. And so it was really, really fun. We ended up going to medieval times. We ended up eating at this great ramen place called Broth, as in like chicken broth. Oh, so delicious. It makes me want to like up my ramen game, because I was just like, it's too good. Like, it was so good. And they had a sesame sauce you put in your broth if you wanted to. And oh, I got to learn to make a sesame sauce, like a good creamed sesame sauce. Okay, here is our horseradish sauce that's going to go on. Again, so this has, let's see, sour cream, horseradish, mayo, apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper. I didn't have chives, but I got green onions. Let's see. Oh, that's good. Actually want more pepper in that. Ooh, horsey. Yeah, we need more pepper. Oh my gosh. But what did y'all do for Halloween? Did you all do anything? We played VR headset. We played Beat Saber. What else did we do? I watched the next Harry Potter. That was it. I watched The Prisoner of Azkaban. So if you didn't know, it's my first time going through the Harry Potter series ever. Never read the books, never seen the movies. So I am slowly going through it. But we watched Prisoner of Azkaban. Azkaban, I don't know how you say it. It was so I know a lot of people online and stuff, and I know even in chat was like, yeah, it's the one I don't like. It's the one movie. Oh my gosh, the darkness level though of like, this is a cute little Harry Potter to that. Holy moly, it got so much darker so fast. I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh, Jedi, that is amazing. I think you put it in Discord too. I can't carve a pumpkin to save my life. Yours was so good. That's your favorite series. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a different series for me. What's up, Rufio? How are you? Right, yeah, I know. Stella and Roxy are totally the taste testers today. Oh, it gets darker? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, I know I can, but like, it's shocking how it goes. Like 1 and 2, it was like, okay. And then it was like, bang, it just like hits you. And I couldn't believe it. I cannot believe it. I keep saying though, there's something wrong with the, what's the job that they keep having to replace people? Dark arts, the professor of dark arts. I'm like, every single bad person has been that professor, or they have to, like, is that normal? Like, each book, like, that position has to be replaced. It was wild. You gave birth while Deathly Hallows was playing. Oh my, of course. Oh my gosh. Well, I haven't seen Voldemort yet. I mean, I know what he looks like, but I haven't seen him yet come up, I don't think. Yeah, so we're on number 4. There's 7, right? 7 or 8? But I still we're on number 4. I've gotten 3 of them down. And I can see where a lot of like the fun stuff that people love, like I can see how much they enjoy it. Honestly, for a series, you can't say his name. Oh yes, the name you can't say, or what do they always say? The one you can't speak about? What's the saying? See guys, this is horrible. Now, you get me in the Lord of the Rings, and I'll watch that. Mainly because my dad. My dad loved Lord of the Rings so much. He made all of us go with him when they came out in theaters. Like, Lord of the Rings was our jam in our household. I have seen the regular, I have seen the extended versions multiple times. And then The Hobbit, like that whole series. But I mean, we still, my mom might have it. I don't know. My dad might have gotten rid of it. I'm not quite sure. But he had the like original paperback 1970s or whatever of the Lord of the Rings. Like he had his version that he bought. So 100% used to that. But we're going to see. Okay, I need to look at this sauce because we're going to do chicken in a minute. But I need to look at this sauce first. We need heavy whipping cream, egg yolk, lemon juice, butter, and then salt and white pepper. I don't know if I have white pepper, so we might just do regular pepper. But they wanted us to blanch the salmon. Again, I'm doing chicken, so I'm not going to be blanching chicken. That sounds disgusting. I'm sure it's not, but I'm not doing that. Takes less than 10 minutes to make. Prepared just before serving. Oh, oops. Oh, you read the books out of order. Rings Before the Hobbit. I think that's how my dad read it too. I was 100%. I think that's a lot of people though, Jedi. I think a lot of people read the Lord of the Rings because it's definitely more popular, and then the Hobbit. I've semi-read Lord of the Rings. Those aren't my normal books I like to read. Fantasy books for me are really hard. And it's just not my genre. So I remember trying to read, I think I got the first one done and maybe half of the second, but I couldn't after that. Like, I just couldn't. I read a lot of suspense psychology thrillers. So for me, that's my genre of books that I read. But yeah, and I'm so happy. I had a goal this year to read. I love reading, but I always forget to. Because it's like I just get caught up with everything else. So I had a goal this year to read at least one book a month. And I think I hit book 14 this last week. Because I read a bunch, obviously, when we were in Italy and whatnot. But yeah, I love reading. And so I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like I hit my 12 books in a year. But now I'm like, I just want to keep it up. I'm already thinking of my goals for next year. I'm a big goal setter. But oh, The Hobbit was more fun. I see, and I didn't even pick it up because I was like, no, I'm not going to even try. Maybe I should try reading The Hobbit. The Hobbit's just one book, though, too, right? It's not a series. Okay, so I got to make the heavy cream stiff peak, okay, and then place egg yolks and lemon into a food blender or into a blender or processor. Cut the butter and place in a small saucepan. Heat it over medium until it's melted and foamy, and then you got to add the hot butter to the eggs. Oh, we're gonna cook the okay, so we'll cook the eggs that way by the hot butter, and very, very, very thin droplets. Ooh, I don't have a blender. I could use my food processor. By the time 2/3 of the butter is gone, the sauce will be thickened. Take away any residue. So this is just like a very buttery hollandaise. That's all this is. Place the prepared hollandaise. I was like, this is literally hollandaise sauce into the whipped cream until smooth. Oh, wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Place in a small saucepan, turn the heat to the lowest setting. Fold in the whipped cream until the sauce is smooth and light. Stir every minute or two to keep from developing a skin. Do not heat too much. Wow. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. I've never made this. Okay, so we're not even going to start this. We're going to start the chicken, I think, first. Because, yeah. Y'all, the Titanic ate. No wonder they ate good that night that they went down. Is that too dark? I literally can't believe, like, I was on my cruise ship, and obviously, like, you know, you get to certain parts where you think about the Titanic or something. And man, like, I know our cruise ships nowadays are so much bigger than what they were back then. But like, I just can't imagine something like that. Like, no wonder everybody was in awe and didn't do anything. And I mean, it's because of that that we have so much security now with, or procedures. I shouldn't say security, but procedures. Wow, this knife needs to be sharpened. Okay, hold on. I don't want guts going everywhere, or chicken guts. And the only reason, if you didn't hear, the only reason I'm doing chicken and not salmon, guys, is because I didn't have any salmon defrosted. But I've had this chicken defrosted for a few days, and I do not want it to go bad. Gotta use what you use. Okay. We tried this meat service. Is it Good Chop? Yeah. It wasn't bad. Expensive. I think it's expensive for what you get. There were some good options. Honestly, I'm not going to do it again. I'm so excited. We went to a butcher here in Vegas called the Butcher Block. And we went there because Top made like, 8 pounds of beef jerky for this guy's trip that he's on. And so because of that, I asked them, can I pre-order like meats? Because they can get anything. It's insane. Like, I was shocked at all the meat that they had a selection of. And so I was like, can I pre-order my meats? So I think what I'm going to do is start like figuring out what I'm going to do. Because I said if I gave them a week, could they get it all? And they said, oh yeah, that's not a problem if you give us a week. And so I think what I'm going to start doing, and their prices honestly were the same as a regular store, but better meat. So I think I'm going to start calling them in advance, like a week in advance because I do have menus that I put together for like my normal eating. So I think I'm going to call in advance and be like, hey, I need this many pounds of this, and get that just going like that, because I'll go pick it up. It's like a 20-minute drive for me to their location. Maybe not even. It's just because it's not a freeway. So it's all side roads and back roads. But they have like a few locations. I ended up when I was there. So we got his meat for beef jerky, which everybody like loved his jerky. He's so excited. It's something that he has like loved doing, is making beef jerky. And so they really, really enjoyed it. And I think the next thing we're going to be doing is I want to make some like sweeter, because his is definitely more on the savory, salty side. I kind of want to do like a pineapple teriyaki. But when we were there, they had these blueberry breakfast sausages, like pork sausages with blueberries in them. And I was like, how can I not try this? They were good. I probably won't get them again. Shockingly, the blueberry, I thought it's going to be blueberries will overpower the meat of the pork or the taste of the pork. It didn't. It really was just like, it kind of tasted like a sweet pork. Nothing like crazy. So it was good though. And Top ended up getting, they had like a cheeseburger one, like a cheeseburger like breakfast sausage, and he says it legit tasted like a cheeseburger. Okay, so this is just our chicken here. What are we doing? All right, let me see if I can get any more of this. These are thighs. I don't like chicken breasts. I like having more fat. So we do a little bit more fatty fat. Let me cut some of this. Just trying to get the big chunks of fat. I don't try to take all the fat off, but just the bigger chunks we can kind of take off. But if you live in the States, are you doing anything for Thanksgiving, or do you all have any big plans for the Christmas holidays? Any fun cooking you're going to try to do? A few years ago, not last year, but the year ahead, I made a whole bunch of like cookies and we sent them out. I didn't have time to do it last year, but I really want, it's so fun. So I really want to make time this year to do it again. Again, you guys have heard me talk about my schedule, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure out a way. I'll figure it out. Just putting some salts and peppers. Again, we're not really broiling these, or not broiling. My gosh, what's the word? Poaching. I'm not poaching these. I like crispy chicken. All right, let's move this guy. And let me get some more butter. I don't even know how much butter I'm going to use for the potatoes. All right. That way I can cut some butter into the pan to get it nice and sizzling. What up, Uncle Stinky? How are you? Y'all, I am not ready for it to be cold. Not that it's cold, but it's cold to me. I'm not ready for it. Like, I wore last night, I was in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and I put on like camping knit like wool socks. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so cold. And like, by the way, it's only like 68 degrees. So I know it's not cold to everyone else. To me, it is. But we're like, our leaves are starting to finally fall off. And our like winter, like, boom, it was like gone. Like our summer, I mean, it was like within a week, it was gone. I went to Orange County for work. And so I was working. And then I came, and it was kind of warmish in Orange County. It felt fine. And then I came back and it was like winter, like fall. So I am freezing now. Yes, winter is coming. What up, Splits? Oh my gosh. So we actually last weekend went to Orange County again. So I went to Orange County for work, came home, and went again to Orange County for meeting some friends. Top Dog, some guys that he has gamed with for very, very long time. They've never actually met in person. So we all met kind of with our significant others and stuff. And we were in Orange County in LA. We went to Medieval Times and had just like a fun time. But how are you doing? Let me go to Stove View here. We're going to get our chicken going. Again, on the Titanic, this dish was salmon, but I'm doing chicken because it's defrosted and I need to cook it. I ain't wasting meat, not during these days. All I did was put in some butter, by the way, into the pan. You guys saw I dried the chicken. Now the chicken will be done pretty fast. Poaching salmon would also have been done fast, but again, I didn't have the salmon. And then we're going to do the sauce. So, yeah. Right, Master? Oh, all the boat stuff. I'm sure you got some good facts for me. You're always a good fact guy, right? You always got the facts. And I will say, so, in the beginning, I was supposed to do eclairs, guys, because so first, for anyone who just came in, Titanic, if you're like, why the heck are you doing a Titanic? So, every single Sunday, we pull a theme from our jar of themes here, and it'll be what I'm doing next Sunday. So we pulled Titanic. So if you ever have an idea for a theme, a book, a person, a time period, an ingredient, whatever it could be, put it in chat. I will stick it in the bowl for us to try to grab. But definitely we've done so many fun ones. So Titanic was a theme. So that's how we got to do Titanic today. From here, what we're going to do is go through the menu. So you can find the menu online, which I think is really fun. I'm going to lower this. I love seeing the old documents. So the food I chose today is from the night that the boat sank. So what they ate before it sank. because they actually have paper copies of this menu and all of that. Now, I could not read the menu very well because their type is so different, but I think I got some of it at least. I was going to try to do something from every class. So you got first, second, third, steerage, all of that. Steerage in third class was pretty much rice pudding and porridge. That's it. That's like what they got for every meal. So I wasn't about to do that. And then second class, I couldn't really find anything. So I was like, fine, we're just going to stay with first class and like keep that going. So the one you can see is potatoes. They did potatoes a few different ways. And again, all these recipes I've linked to chat. I've pinned it so you guys can go in and grab. They did potatoes 2 ways. I'm going to do it the one way. And I've never cooked potatoes that way, of cooking them in butter. I have never cooked potatoes like in butter. So I'm actually really excited for that. And then the sirloin bites. So we made horseradish sauce already, but they actually had as a main dish sirloin steak with a horseradish sauce on top. But I didn't want to do just like a steak and then also a chicken. So we have some top sirloin. I'm going to cut it into little bites. We're going to sear it on all sides and then dribble some of that horseradish sauce on top and try it that way. So it's kind of like a little appetizer. Then the chicken with the mousseline sauce is actually supposed to be salmon. But again, I didn't have salmon defrosted, but I had chicken defrosted. So I'm going to use what I have. And then we were supposed to do eclairs, but y'all, I didn't feel like making them. Really, I didn't feel like eating them. We've made eclairs so many times on this stream that I was like, I don't want to do it. So just like the Titanic, things will go unexpectedly. And instead I decided to make blueberry cobbler, which is in here. We did the kind of a dump and go type blueberry cobbler in the crock pot. So I'm excited for that. That's going to take a little while to cook, but that is Titanic. I seriously couldn't believe it. I actually watched this really cool, one of the survivors. Now this is obviously like 10 years ago. You can find it on YouTube though. He like talks about surviving and what it was like. And he was one of the ones that was in the water. Like he was not on one of the safety boats. He remembers going down. I couldn't believe it. It was so incredible to like hear his story. It's wild, like absolutely wild. But this ship had so many different pieces to it. And he did confirm a lot of things that people were like, oh, the band didn't leave. And he said, nope, they were playing till the very end. The captain didn't leave, like all that stuff. Like, I wish I could go down in a submarine. I wish it didn't cost tons of money and it wasn't, hours into going down to see it. I think it would be so fun to go down and see the wreckage and all of that. But yeah, so that is going to be Titanic today, guys. Full on Titanic meal. And this is all first class. So the first class people were eating good, like real good. Oh, I know, Master. It's kind of funny how it's like that was the fanciness of it all, but yet for us it's like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. You eat this way, you eat that way. Well, and it was so wild to see. There were a lot of things I was like, what is this? And there are a lot more, obviously, English dishes. So I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. This is more a European dish. I would have never have cooked something like this. Because there were a lot of options. The first class people, man, they ate good. They were eating real good. Everyone else, not so much. But them, they were eating good. All right, I'm just going to pull some of our stuff together for this sauce, which is really interesting because it's basically a hollandaise added into whipped cream. Honestly, that's really what it is. It's not too insane. But oh my gosh, guys, we are making it through. Oh, I need another bowl. Egg yolk only. We are doing it. I can't believe it's November. Right? It's November today, right? Yeah, it's the 3rd. We're in it. I'm all, it's November, right? Yeah, of course it is. You know what? We're gonna do this the easy way. We're gonna get messy with it. Let me pull it up. How you guys like the hoodie? It's a Top Dog hoodie. I'm cold enough that I gotta start wearing my hoodies. And this is a nice one. It's a crop, but it's not like crop. I can't do that. Okay. And Top Dog, like I was saying, he's actually driving or will be driving soon on his way home. He went out for a guys trip in San Diego. So he had fun. I'm sure on his stream on Tuesday, he'll talk about it. But yeah, so I'm the only one who's going to be here showing you guys all the different stuff. Taste testing. I'm your only taste tester today. All right, let me get this chicken flipped a little bit. It's almost done. I love chicken. Chicken's like one of my favorites. Fine dining now, yes. Wagyu beef, Alaskan king crab, white truffers, caviar. I know, right, Master? Can you believe that? Like, that's fine dining now. Like, fine dining. Thanks, Top. You got a good logo, sir. Okay, 3 egg yolks. Got that. I don't think do I have fresh lemons? Y'all, I am just like pulling this together at the last minute. Oh, I do. Okay. We got some fresh lemons. Let's get another cutting board. But yeah, I kind of like, I got to figure out a few unique things I want to start doing. Like why did I grab this? I didn't need this. Like for stream, I broke it again. Sirloin steak for us is like the keg. What do you mean by that? Like just like whatever, like it's there? There we go. Okay. If you guys are wondering why I put the lemon in here first without cutting it, it's actually a trick I learned from our neighbor who was a chef, that like it helps break up the juice, because normally, you know, you roll it, but if you stick it in your thing first, it works really good. Oh, you don't have, no, I don't know what that is. What's the keg? Maybe we do, I don't know. Is it like a pub where they serve like burgers and stuff? Because we have things called rounders that I'm thinking it might be like that. I feel like I've seen the keg, though. That's the funny thing, Master. I'm like, it sounds way too familiar. Oops. Put that in the wrong way. All right. Oh, smell the lemons. The steakhouse bar. Okay. Yes, we do have, it's not called that, but I feel like we have a keg here in Vegas. Like it just sounds way too familiar not to, like, I feel like I've seen it when we're driving. So I feel like I've seen it, but we have a few things like that around here where it's like a bar and a pretty good steakhouse. It's not like top of the line steakhouse, but it's like pretty good. Let me get a bowl. We gotta melt our butter. Always gotta melt the butter. Okay, so this one's gonna be interesting. I've gotta get our heavy cream to stiff peaks. Which I think I'll just bring, yeah, I'm just gonna do that in the mixer so I don't have to do it. Let me move this butter. Stiff peaks. All right. So our chicken's done, by the way. If you want to see, just like good old chicken here. I'm going to stick it in the microwave to keep it semi-warm because supposedly this sauce only takes 10 minutes. So I'm hoping, oh, I have to use the microwave. That was kind of silly of me. Okay, well first we'll use the microwave. And then I'm going to get our mixer. Let me move the subscriber names. Yeah. We'll get the mixer set up to do the whipping for us. So I don't have to hand whip anything. Okay, I'm going to take out this. Oh my gosh, I tried making pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls the other day. It was a recipe I was trying out. And I did it with pumpkin puree instead of doing it with spices, just to see what would happen. Y'all, don't do it. It doesn't taste good. I was like, it stayed like they weren't crispy. Not that your cinnamon rolls need to be crispy, but they were like almost too wet, if that makes sense. It wasn't good. So I definitely want to try again with cinnamon rolls. I think I want to do pecan next, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, we're going to put this on like high. I hope that works. Okay, there might not be enough in there. All right, let's see the butter. Okay, do another 30 seconds. Don't want it to explode. Okay. And then it said, wow, I need a lot of stuff out of our kitchen today. It said it wanted it in a blender, but I have a food processor. So we're going to do food processor. And let's see here. You know, while I'm waiting for that. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Let me take this out. You know, let me grab y'all. You're all gonna audibly come with me to my garage because I gotta grab an extension cord in order to use the food processor. So come along with me. Thankfully, it's not very far. It's just off of this kitchen. Okay. Oh no, one of my dogs just got a little sick. Hold on, guys. Y'all are coming with me everywhere. Everywhere today. All right. Okay, the girls were doing psycho zoomies this morning, and I knew the way it was happening. Our Stella, our black and white dog, she definitely gets a little like sick from stuff like this. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Gotta do a little cleanup. This is what happens when Top Dog's not home. Everybody gets sick and needs help. So you guys get to come along with me as I go around the house and clean it up. Give me 1 second. You know what? This just gives more time for that heavy cream to whip. Stiff peaks. That's what we need. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. We're getting there. All right, now I gotta wash my hands. The Titanic was supposed to have 48 lifeboats. They reduced it down to 19 because they believe it was unsinkable. Oh my gosh, and it would obscure the view. Wow. I didn't know they reduced it that much. That's insane. I do know that the lifeboats, when they were used, nice Top, Paris, not too far. I know when they were used, they didn't even fill them to capacity either. So you like dealt with that as well, which, can you believe that? Like, I mean, honestly though, it's the reason we have the rules we do today, especially when it comes to that stuff. Okay. If you guys remember, this is my one that is psycho, because I still haven't bought a new food processor that I have to go in and do it with a knife. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, we're good. I just couldn't believe it. Like, again, it's. Why is it? Oh, okay, okay. Eggs. I mean, that was easy. Yeah, I think so, Master. I definitely think that's how it is now. Okay, this like isn't enough. I think I might have to do that by hand, by the way. So it's, I might be able to, Jedi. I gotta find it, or honestly, like I can see where it was supposed to. I could measure it, I think, and buy like a little plastic piece and do it too. Because I don't want to buy a whole new one. So I bet you I could. I bet you I could find something. All right. Looks so janky. Ah. Okay. This is the butter. Oh, come on. Ah. I'm going to get this figured out. There we go. There is butter going everywhere. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. There is like not enough to whip this into any kind of a frenzy because it's a half cup in a giant bowl. So let me grab my hand mixer because I'll be able to get stiff peaks much better that way. You know what's funny though is when we were on our cruise, it was really easy. Like all the drills you had to do, it was like you watched a video and as long as they saw that you watched it, you're good. But like you could literally just put the video on, walk away, like no one made sure you actually watched it. So it really was like you're taking your own life in your hand if something happens. Okay. Stiff peaks. This is interesting. Has anyone ever had this kind of a sauce? Like this is obviously a hollandaise. I get that. The, you know, the egg. Oh, I needed to put the lemon in there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Split. What did you say? The reason they believe the Titanic was unsinkable is because the bottom part had 16 watertight compartments. If any of those 4 compartments were flooded, the ship would still float. But the iceberg tore a hole that flooded the first 5 compartments and were really watertight at the top. Interesting. Okay. I know it was the way it hit it that's what caused the problem. I'm almost to stiff peaks, by the way. This is way faster. Woo! Stiff peaks. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. We're going to turn this back on and get some of that. I know, right? Not super watertight. Well, and do you guys know the conspiracy theory too? And okay, I'm going to say it, guys. There are some I believe in. I'm not going to go over which ones I believe in conspiracy theory land I believe in, but because I don't want to start a fight or anything. but I love hearing conspiracy theories. And do you know the one with Titanic that they said they actually built two of them and one of them had issues and then they switched the names over so that that one that had issues was the Titanic, knowing it wasn't going to be a good ship? Have you guys heard that one? It's wild. It's a wild thought. It's like water rising in an ice cube tray, right? Exactly, 100%. That's actually a really great analogy. But yeah, and the reason they say that they got switched is the one that had problems, it had a different number of windows. And then they said that Titanic suddenly had that number of windows. So there's this whole thing that people are saying the Titanic, it wasn't the original. How crazy is that? All right. Much better. Much, much better. Okay, so I'm going to read this one more time again. All right, we did the whisking. We put the butter. We got it nice and hot. We added to the blender. Okay. Now I gotta put the whipped cream into a bowl. All right. This is such a weird sauce. It's basically going to be like a creamier version of hollandaise, which if you make hollandaise, you can make it creamy. Okay. And then we fold in the butter. Wait, you've been hearing it wasn't an iceberg? The metal wasn't strong enough to withstand the freezing water, so it just burned a hole. I haven't heard that. That's wild. Okay, I'm going to do like half. And fold it in. You know what? I'm going to do the whole thing and we'll go to stove view because I'm supposed to be doing this with heat. Okay, here we go. Look, this kind of looks like an iceberg. Oops, wrong one. Look at that. Little iceberg in the water. Yellow water, but that is crazy. I've never heard that one. This doesn't fold very well. I might have peaked it. It says very low temp, so I'm literally keeping it low. I'm trying to fold it, but this folding's kind of crazy. I mean, thankfully it looks exactly like it's supposed to. Like, minus the clumps, which sounds disgusting. But once I fold it all, it'll be fine. Fold the cheese, David. Fold the cheese. Oh my gosh. How about the that they sank to claim an insurance? Yes, so that's the one that they said is the reason they switched the boats, is they knew it was going to sink. And so they wanted to claim it for insurance purposes, which I don't know who was the company in charge of the Titanic. But y'all, we've seen companies do worse. So, I mean, I'm not throwing it out there that that could be true, but y'all know it could be true. So I'm not kidding you guys. This tastes like hollandaise. It is almost, to me, it's a creamier hollandaise. But it tastes just like hollandaise. It's just a lot creamier. Almost, and I'm not going to say foolproof, but honestly, kind of foolproof. Like, you can't, other than if I get this too hot, I'm going to add my salt and pepper in right now. White Star Line. Do they still exist? Do I need to be careful? I have a feeling that name still sounds super familiar. I have a feeling they still make ships. feel like that's a cruise line. Okay. And I don't want it to get too hot because we want to keep it nice and thick. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. I mean, this is just, it's like a hollandaise. It got a little, I think it got a little too hot though. It's kind of, I will say, like, maybe don't put this on the heat. Okay, I'm going to let this cool just a teeny bit. Because this is, I mean, this is it. It's nice and thick. You guys can see, like, so, oh, you guys can't really see? It's a really thick sauce. And it's like a thicker hollandaise without having to be super careful. I'm not gonna lie. Like hollandaise, if you've ever made hollandaise, you have to be really careful when you're adding in. So you double broil for a hollandaise, and then you have to add in, your butter and slowly, mix it all up in order to get the right consistency, not break the oil or the butter and the fat and all of that. So you have to do really good, not too hot, not too cold, because you don't want to cook your eggs, but then you need to cook your eggs. And it makes it nice and thick. This is like, it's thinner, or it's lighter in color, but it's, and I feel like it should be a teeny bit thicker, and I'm thinking I might have heated it up a little too much, but overall, like, it's a hollandaise. It really is a hollandaise. I do want to put more pepper in it, though. I'm, like, tempted to put cayenne in it, because I put a lot of cayenne pepper in my hollandaise. But, okay. So, first class, huh? We're going to try our first class dish up in here. Okay. Let me, you know what? I'm not going to grab those. They're a little too high for me today. All right. So, here we go. All right. Let me put this to the side. Oh, and I'm supposed to do some chives on the top. Give it a little color. Ooh, y'all see that as I'm flinging knives everywhere? Okay. Here we go. Let me grab our chicken. The fanciest of fancy people of the Titanic. Let's see if they knew good food. All right. So this is supposed to be salmon, but again, like I kind of said, I wasn't gonna do salmon because I had chicken. Oop, just throw it in there. All right. Here we go. First class. Y'all, this looks like something I would eat on a normal day. Nothing crazy. Conspiracy about it wasn't that this kind of thing. Was it that the Titanic that sank was proven to cause the number of the propeller blades match the one on record? Ah, show a puppy. Okay, let me show a puppy top. So wait, Master, does that mean the number of propellers match what they said Titanic was going to do? Or that it didn't match and it wasn't Titanic? We're gonna get into this. Here we go. Here's the puppy. Here is the Roxy girl. Look at her. Look at that face. Look at that face. It's such a cute face. Yeah, you're such a cutie. You're such a cute face. Yeah, I know. Look at that face. All right, you can go back. All right, let's try this. Just a buttery, eggy sauce. I mean, guys, it just tastes like I have my egg, or my chicken in a nice, like, creamy hollandaise. It's a little less eggy than a normal hollandaise because of that cream, but it still tastes really good. Nothing to write home about. I don't know. First class people, you might have missed the mark. If you got the, well, again, they got it with salmon. Maybe it would have tasted a little different, but that's a fancier meat, obviously. But, honestly, it's hollandaise on chicken. I ain't mad at it. I'm going to eat the rest of it. I think it tastes really good. But for first class, if I was first class, I mean today, if I was first class, I'd be pissed that that's what was given to me. I do love it though. I think it tastes good. It's just, I'm trying to find my paper towels. Hold on. It's just nothing to write home about. Come on. It wasn't worth sinking over that. Oh my gosh. You're gonna stay sober. What game is it, Stinky? Plan on making Salisbury steak with ground turkey rice and roast a... Ooh! I've never had Salisbury steak, ever. I don't really know if I even know what it is. I should look it up. Because it's kind of wild that I don't even think I know what Salisbury steak. Seahawks versus the Rams. Oh, okay. Okay. The number they read on the propeller blade when they went down on the wreckage is 401. The sister ship, Olympic, is 400. Oh. Are we sure, though? Can we believe them? I'm just kidding. Okay, so for the propeller, then it was that. Okay, let's get our steak out. Let's do some steak bites. I got a little steak. Oh. So it is the Titanic. Okay. Well, we know the one unsinkable thing was Molly Brown. She lived. So she was really, truly the only unsinkable. All right. This is a sirloin steak. Woo! Getting it nice and dry. So what exactly, just because I'm doing it, what exactly, guys, is a Salisbury steak? Is it a steak made with, like, ground meat? Is that the whole point of it? Okay. So I think this will be much fancier, by the way, than our chicken dish. I was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. For first class, that was not a thing. Now, granted, I know it was with salmon, but Again, I'm going to eat it because I like it. I think it tastes good, but first class, come on. Okay, Salisbury steak is usually ground beef patties fried and covered with gravy. You put onion in your, ooh. Okay. And I do not mean this. It's just because I have questions. So for a Salisbury steak then, is it, you're basically making a burger, but it's like flatter and bigger because you're grounding it. And then you put, instead of putting it in like burger form, you put gravy on it, right? Am I understanding that the proper way? But you put onions. I love onions. When we went to onions and mushrooms, basically. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to try that. I'd probably put mushrooms in mine because I seriously love mushrooms and onion. We went to this ramen place and it was so incredibly delicious. I couldn't believe it was a ramen meets hot pot. I don't want to say it's ramen because it was like more of a hot pot place. And when we went, they had like 4 different types of mushrooms and onions. And I like loaded my stuff up with that because it was so deliciously good. And if you don't know what hot pot is, It's like they give you a broth and you can cook all your stuff in that broth and it's flavored that way. So yeah. Now I need to see if I have dried mushrooms. God, I love mushrooms. I am that freak that will eat them no matter what. Like cold, hot, cooked, dried. I eat them no matter what. Where's my crazy buttery sauce here? It definitely gets a film. They warned me. They said it'll have a film on top. All right. I'm going to put a thumbs down on that one. The sauce, you have to be very careful. I'd rather have a true hollandaise on a chicken. It's like they put the heavy cream in that sauce to probably, honestly, to make it last a little bit longer, because obviously the more you add to it, the more sauce you get, the more liquid you get, the more you can actually serve. But I was saying, like on our cruise ship, everybody was like, oh my gosh, how was the food on the cruise ship? And I was like, well, you're competing against Italy, one. Two, you're competing against somebody who loves to cook. Like, I'm not a cook, although Top Dog calls me a cook, but like I cook a lot of meals that are really nice, and I will say I'm a very good cook. And so I'm like, so compared to my meals, compared to Italy, like I was like, no, but I was like, also they're trying to feed 4,000 people a day. You can't have gourmet, amazing food. You have to stretch everything so much more. So to me, it was kind of like, was the food good? Yeah, it was edible, but it just wasn't like this, like, oh my gosh, cruise food is so good. No, that was me when I got off the boat and I ate in Italy. Like, it's so good. So yeah, fresh mushroom fried in butter with a little bit of garlic. Oh yes, Uncle Stiggy's so good. Top Dog, yes chef. Oh my gosh. All right, we are at steak fix. You can see I did about 1.5 inches. We're just gonna sear these suckers on all corners, or all sides, I should say. That guy's a little bit bigger than the others. So technically this recipe on the Titanic, they would have cooked the steak. So this is actually probably a much fancier one, because we got steak being cooked, guys. Steak, 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 steak. Who doesn't like this? Who doesn't like a little bit of steak in their lives? All right. And then I did see on their menu that they had that it was like, let me lower my temp a bit. I saw that they did, like they had meals and then they had prices. So I think some of their dishes you could get a little bit more if you wanted to. Like they had some that had no pricing. So I'm thinking it's just like how it is for us nowadays. Like included in your package is this, and you can have, like, depending on what kind of room you book, you have better options. But it's like, but if you want this, you pay a little more. So, but if you look at their menu online, I say Google it. It's very, like, I couldn't really read it that well. It's a unique way how they typed it, all of that. Hey, thankfully with steak bites, I'm just searing them, so they're going to be done pretty fast. And this is going to go with the hollandaise, which I already, or not the hollandaise. Oh my gosh, the horseradish. Too many H sauces today. Horseradish, hollandaise. I think that's really it, guys. Yeah, that's kind of it. All right, so I have that. Let's get another plate for these suckers. I wonder if I know I have toothpicks. So I'm going to put those in there. I know we have toothpicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 of these guys. This, by the way, is a great recipe. If you have any kind of an event, that is like a broken toothpick. 2, 4, 6, 8. Where you need like cute little finger food that has like, oh, it's so yummy. Literal sirloin bites, if you can, or just any kind of steak bites, go over so well. especially when you load them up with goodies. I just warn everybody though, when they come and eat steak at my house, I do not cook it well. Like they all know that. If you're gonna have steak at my house, it will not be well done. It will be juicy. Of course, if they ask for it, I'll do it, but I will not assume anybody wants it that way. But yeah, we're legit almost done with the steak. Look at this. Like, look at this. Oh, so good. But I am going to let them sit for a little bit before plating. Come on, stand up. And I like getting like all my edges as much as I can completely charred up and done. That's all I'm doing right now. Trying to see like what needs a little bit more. Woo! I love steak. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think so. Maybe that's what I'll do. I know I'm very hit or miss on Wednesdays, but would you guys want to see all of the cookies I do? Because I'm going to start that in probably, well, we try to mail them out the first and second week of December. So I usually do 6 to 7 types of cookies for the holidays. And then everybody like that we send them to, I give them or hand them out to, I give them like 3 or 4 of every cookie. So it definitely takes some time, but maybe I'll have a few days of like doing cookies for you guys. And I'll do it during the week. So that way it's just a different day. It doesn't stop us from our theme. But if you guys want to see that, like definitely tell me, because I am more than happy to do some holiday cookies and sharing all of that and whatnot. I do not mind. All right. I'm going to turn this off. These suckers are starting to look real nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are good. These are looking good. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for just a few minutes. Always let your meat chill. So I'm gonna stick them on my plate. I think I'm gonna put the sauce on them. A little bit of green onion. And then our toothpicks. Then the toothpicks. So good for these toothpicks. And then we move on to the potatoes. So, okay. So I got our potatoes. And it says we have to peel, cut them into small pieces, cook in melted butter, and then sprinkle with chopped parsley. Okay. Like, that's easy. I can do that. All right. I think this big boy needs to be on this hot pan just a little longer. He's fine, though. He's fine. Okay. So here is our steak, our sirloin steak bites. All right, first class people, you get to try again. Just putting a little dollop of our horseradish. And again, I'm doing this as little bites. They had an actual steak on the Titanic. Okay. And I'm just going to throw these green onions on here. I'm just going to let them be. Very disappointed with the fine dining. So what's so that fine dining, right? All right, here we go. You know what's funny though is like to me it's not fine dining. But I gotta think like back then, like getting supplies to do fine dining. Like you're right, I have to put myself in their era that like hollandaise was fancy. Like the eggs, the butter, all of that was fancy. Steak with the horseradish. Mm. Mm mm mm. Mm. This is so good. I love steak with horseradish sauce. It wasn't actually until I did it on stream for the first time that I ever had it, and now it's like one of my favorite sauces to make. This is so, so good. It's not too overpowering with these steak bites. Okay, first class. This is the first one that I'm like, yeah, you're doing it right. Mmm, delectable. Delectable. What I love about it too is with, so this horseradish sauce that I put into chat, again, pinned all the recipes. Um, it's so nice because the sauce by itself, you definitely taste the horseradish, but once you put it with the meat and the juices of the meat, it's like this really creamy sauce that you don't get tons of horseradish, you don't get tons of like any certain flavoring. It truly is just this nice complement of putting the meat and its juices with the actual horseradish. Because I mean, this sauce has mayonnaise, sour cream, apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper, green onion. Like it's got a lot in it. But oh my gosh, like these are bomb. Like this is one of my favorite ways. Usually, like I said, I do these on crostinis. Having it in bite form, I might be doing this for a party soon. I think that's delicious. Like that might be something I make for Thanksgiving, a good appetizer. Yeah, Top Dog too. Harder equipment on the ship. And they didn't have as many like things as we do now. We have like easy buttons we can push to make stuff, and they had to do so much more by like scratch. So it's definitely, and you got to think about not only their equipment, but what could they get, right? Like I still am in shock when we were on our ship. I mean, we made a stop every single day and they could load up more food. Titanic didn't like make stops. It had a stop. Like so you think a transatlantic like that, you have to put a lot of stuff on a boat to be ready for going multiple weeks over the ocean. My mother told me eating out back then was a luxury. Once they hear it, they are so exciting. They would dress their best. Today, it's your everyday after work happy hour, right? No, it's so true, Master. It's like too, it's like planes, right? Like you used to dress up to go on a plane, to go on a flight, to do that. And nowadays, you don't at all. Like you literally just get on your flight in PJs if you wanted to. Like it's wild to think about what was like important back in the day and fancy and luxury. But even for me growing up, like when we were really little, going out to eat was a big deal. Like it was a big deal. We'd do it after church when we were in our Sunday best. Like it's so different. Okay. Time to melt some butter, guys. Okay, so success. Sirloin bites with horseradish sauce. Success. Amazing, delicious, first class. Chicken with the mousseline sauce, or it's like basically hollandaise with heavy whipping cream. Even on a salmon, that it'll elevate it, but honestly, give me real hollandaise on anything and I'll take it. So not bad, but not great. Now we're gonna try this craziness of these potatoes. So I need 1 cup of melted butter. So much butter to be melted. Okay, let's see here. we'll use the rest of this. That'll be fine. I don't want to waste. No wasting. Okay. We're just going to put it over here and let that melt as we get our potatoes ready. So it said it needed 1.5 pounds. This is about that. So we will see. Now, normally I put these in a little bit of water with some lemon so that they don't oxidize while I am doing this. It doesn't say to do that, but I'm going to because I don't want it to oxidize. If you guys didn't know, that's like the way of doing it. And apples too. Apples, you can do it with lemon or even apple cider vinegar. You'll see the bowl I have in a second here. You only need to put like a tablespoon, if that. It's just a little bit of an acid to stop the oxidation when you cut into things. Perfect. All right. This is going to be not fun. I just got my nails done yesterday, and I got fake ones put because I like fake nails, and it's been a long time. But cooking with them is an experience. Working in kitchens, you're definitely not allowed to have sharp little knives or sharp little fingernails. If I had bigger potatoes, I could do this. Okay. So it looks like for first class, you could have your potatoes 2 different ways. The way we're going to make it, which seems way fancier, or just boiled, which, come on, we're going to do the fancy. And they said about 1 inch. How much? 1/2 inch. Okay. So now we just in cutting lands. All right, we're just gonna let that go. Okay, university degree was a luxury back then. Everyone believed you were a king. Now just walking down entertainment, financial, most people have one, right? Oh, 100%. Guys, I might not. I'm gonna keep skin on for these. They're red potatoes. I think we're fine. We're changing it up. We're mashing the 2 of these things together. Because the boiled potatoes, they wanted skin on. So I'm going to do the buttered ones with skin on as well. Yeah, it's interesting now with like degrees. And again, it's funny that these, you know, these super collegiate schools back in the day, like nowadays, people are like, oh, it's the same education anywhere. It's now just the name of where you go, all of that. I personally am not a school person, so I did not go to college, which I'm fine with it. I'm happy with how my career has turned out. Honestly, with what I do as a manager, I didn't need it. So all the people under me have degrees, which is really cool. But I am happy the degree of life, I guess, that I got from the hard knock or whatever they say. I'm good with it. Okay. All right, I'm not going to do all this because I'm not going to eat all these potatoes. I'll have to keep some of these for Top because he's the potato eater. So I'll make potatoes for him. I do not like them. Okay, so I got our potatoes, literally 1/2 inch. We're doing good. Okay, I'm going to turn this butter up. It's not fully melted yet because then we got to, let me get this ready. This is so weird. Have you all ever cooked potatoes in a butter and some parsley? They just said some, right? Yeah. Oh, a tablespoon. Okay, well, that's way more than a tablespoon. Ooh. Okay. Probably dry the rest in my dehydrator. That way we have some for spices. I'm going to do a kind of a raw chop on these. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. or mince them. I kind of want the potatoes to have bigger flakes of parsley. I feel like that'll look better. I could be wrong, but I feel like it would look better. No, exactly. Yeah. You know what's funny, Master, is I have thought about it. Sometimes like, hey, I'd love to learn more about this or this. And the fact that it's there for me is amazing. Okay. I'm literally sticking our potatoes in. I actually really want to learn. I'm starting to look up some classes about photography. I've always been very interested in photography, and I don't want to like go to school for it, but I'm one of those people who I need to go to a class, like a physical class where someone can show me the details and I can remember it. I'm very much an in-person, like physical learner. So yeah, I really am looking for some really good photography classes, and our university, UNLV, they have a good photography class. I just have to wait for photography like 101 to start, and it's a continuing education class. So I'm like, but I think it would be so fun because I'd love to learn more, especially since I have my blog. Like, I'd love to learn more about food photography and all that because it's fascinating to me. I love photos. Okay. I don't even know how you would have cooked like double the amount of these in the butter. Like, there was not enough butter in here. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna let those sit until they cook. It's kind of wild that like they're just gonna cook in butter. But yeah, sometimes I go back and forth on like going to school or not. I will say this, I did go to cosmetology school for a little bit. Well, I went through the whole thing. Not my thing though. Like doing people's hair was not my thing, and their makeup and all of that, like just not for me. But then I ended up, let's see, what else? There's a lot. Like I definitely am a trade school person. I'll say that. Like I did culinary school for a little bit. But what I wanted to learn, it was just, I realized like, no, going to the full school program didn't matter. Like I said, I'm just not a school person. I'm very much like, I'll commit to like 2 or 3 months of going every Saturday for a few hours, or, you know, a few days a week. I just cannot be that person who is full time with it. And math makes me cry. And you have to get your general education. So I'd be crying a lot. Oh, really, math? Now, when you went back, did you end up liking it? Yeah, I liked school for the social aspect, not the learning. Um, and now if I were to learn, like there's so many things I want to. Not much. It took time. Yeah. And it says just cook in melted butter. I like how this recipe is like the easiest thing. Like just cook in melted butter. Okay. Yeah, there's some things like when we were in Italy and I got to like hear people talk about like the history and like their art history. We had a tour guide who made basically her passion made me want to go to school for like art history, but it was just like I get excited about that, but I think then for me it comes down to that general ed, and I just suck at that stuff. Like I'm good at English, and definitely doing that, but math, I'm not kidding you guys. So, oh really, Master? I know, and you study a few of them now, right? Yeah, for me, I think my next big goal is I've been trying to think of like certain goals I want to do for the year. And so I had a huge one for like working out. And I've lost almost 100 pounds, but like I don't really weigh myself a bunch anymore. But I'm like very into fitness and all of that. And so I'd love to get my certification to actually teach spin classes because I spin at least 4 days a week. Like I do other things, but like a spin bike is like my favorite thing to do. So I've thought about, because you have to have certifications, like basically a physical trainer certification. So I've thought about doing that and like becoming a spin instructor, like on the side, just for fun, like just to see if I could do it. Because I just think it'd be so fun to teach classes, like, and to show everyone they could do it. And it's just so fun for me. So it's like all the things I've thought about, like doing or possibly pursuing, they're all very like quick certification things, nothing school wise. Because then if I'm into something, I just go and I kind of study it or read books. Like I said, going to Rome and stuff and hearing about all the art history. Like now I have a few art history books on Rome I've started reading. And so it's like I kind of get my information that I would learn in school, but at my own pace. So I started with Taekwondo. You thought you were going to stay there. Then you develop a passion for jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Nice. And Taekwondo. See, that's awesome. It really makes, like, I will say, like, never say never, right? Like, there are some things that I was like, I'd never do that. And I've, like, fully done them. I just want to keep stirring this. But yeah. No, and I think it's fun, like having passions for things. And I think that's for me, way for school. I won't say I'll never go, but like all the passions I have are very like either trade school stuff or I'll just spend a little extra money to like figure things out for myself. Like I did go to cosmetology school, which is like hair, nails, skin, all of that kind of stuff. And I didn't like hair, but I did always like skin. And so, facials and things you use on your skin and chemicals, like I've always liked that stuff. But instead of going to school for it and learning more and having to get a certification, it's like, well, I can just take what I learn and do it on myself. Like I don't have to do it on other people. So it's funny though, because I have such a problem with wanting to turn a passion into a job, which then sometimes takes your passion away. So that's like the hardest thing I struggle with is everything could be a company, like a very entrepreneur mindset. So I always got to remember, like, it's okay to just have something you do for fun that you don't make a job, if that makes sense. Because I've just got this weird thing that everything I do, if I love doing it, I got to make it a job now. I got to make money from it. Like, a hobby just doesn't exist in my world to just do. These are like nowhere close to being done. That's fine. But that's kind of like, I kind of get that when I'm on here on Twitch and on my blog. Like I love cooking and sharing it. And if I can make money from it, like even better. But like I'd still be doing this. So this has been like my happy medium. I do a lot of woodworking and restoring furniture. And for that, I'm like, well, I restore furniture. I get to play with really fun colors and different types of woods. And I don't ever choose something that I'm going to keep. I'll like do something to try it out and then I sell it. So that way it's gone. So for me, that works because I get the furniture. I get to try out whatever I want to do. I make it look great. I fix it because I always buy, or I don't even buy the furniture. It's always free furniture that people have left on the side of the road. And I only do one project at once. So that way I don't have a whole garage filled with stuff. But then I fully will just sell it, like as not as cheap as I can, but I usually like, however, it usually costs me with paint like $50 to do a project. So my minimum is like 75, just so I make a teeny bit of money to buy a new brush or anything like that. So Woodworking's my other thing that like is so fun, and I can be outside for hours doing that. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Look at our butter boiling right now. Do you guys see this? You can tell the starch of these potatoes are getting in there. And it's interesting. Look at this. Like, let me see if I can find one. They're like crisping up a bit too. Let me see if I can show you guys. Like, do you see that? You're gonna see it better on the main. Let me show you guys on the main. Okay, I'm gonna hold it with my nails because it's so flippin' hot. Do you see how it's like crispy? That's hot. Okay, let me cut it. Let's see how close we are to being done. Oh, we might be kind of done. You guys, I don't like potatoes. This might not have been the thing for me to make. Okay, I mean, just from this little taste test, it's like you get hit with the smoothness of the butter, and then you get hit with potato, but I hate potatoes. Okay, it's okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna eat this. I'll try eating it without making a face. I just want to make sure they're done. Okay, yeah, I think like 2 more minutes and we're done with the potatoes, which I cannot believe. For a name we can't say, many times he would say he would never run for president when asked, but now he's doing it twice. Right? Never say never. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get a plate out. Doesn't say, it just says sprinkle with the chopped parsley as a garnish. This is literally first class potatoes. Okay, first class potatoes. Here we go. I mean, it's gonna, so much butter. Okay, I'll leave the rest in there for now. I mean, it looks appetizing. I'm glad I went with a thicker chop of parsley. I think it looks so much better. Okay, guys, first class potatoes. No problem, master. First class potatoes from the Titanic, people. Okay, let's see how these turn out. So we had the steak bites, right? 10 out of 10. Horseradish sauce, steak bites. On the Titanic, they weren't bites. They were actually like a sirloin steak that you got as a main dish. Sorry, the butter has kind of solidified. This was the chicken, basically with a hollandaise sauce on it. It wasn't hollandaise. It's mousselina, I think is how you say it. And it's basically hollandaise with heavy cream, which my guess is to spread it apart because hollandaise can kind of be a little bit. And that was, again, I'd rather just give me hollandaise. Just give me the hollandaise. It's so good. And now we're trying a side from first class. And again, all of this was food the night that the ship went down. Because it went down, I think, at like 2 in the morning or something like that. So that night, this is what was in their bellies if you were first class. If you were not first class, you were actually, it was like porridge. It was so sad. Okay, so these are just potatoes cooked in butter, like boiled in butter with salt and pepper, by the way. I did put salt and pepper in there. They didn't say to do that, but I just did that, and then some parsley. Right, Uncle Stinky? Just like nom, 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 nom. Okay, if you like potatoes, it's good. Your girl doesn't like potatoes. But these were their side dishes, a lot of potatoes. So I knew I had to do it. Ugh. I really do not like potatoes. So, Woo! However, I will say this. If you want, how do I say this? This is going to be a weird way. You know, with mashed potatoes, you add your butter, your cream, right, to make it super creamy. If you don't like them like smushed and mashed, and you want a middle ground between that, like French fries and mashed potatoes, this is your middle ground. Like, this is legit your middle ground because it's got the butter and fat. I mean, you can literally see it right there coming just like you would from a French fry. You even get a little bit of the crispiness that you would of a French fry. But then because your center is still that kind of texture of a mashed potato while you're eating it, it then kind of, you instantly get kind of French fry-ish. Then it goes into, oh no, this is creamy, and then potato, like mashed potato. I would say if you like mashed potatoes or potatoes in general, I'd say this is pretty good. Now, I'm going to do the absolute worst thing that people would hate. I'm going to grab some ranch, and I'm going to see if I dip it in a ranch if I like it. Because I'll eat it with ranch. I'll eat almost anything with ranch. But I feel horrible making all these potatoes, and I'm not going to touch them. I mean, I could give them to Top Dog when he comes home. He'd actually eat this. Okay. Let's dip in old-fashioned ranch. I mean, it's delicious because I can't taste anything but ranch. Oh, no, I can. Okay, not bad. Again, your girl don't like potatoes. I love ranch though. Okay. Woo! Let me check on our... Okay, our cobbler is like not done. I might have to show you guys on video the cobbler because that still needs like probably another 45 minutes. You'll eat them, Top Dog? Okay. I'll keep them for you. They're buttery. You're going to like them, I promise. But, okay, so first class, I will say fancy, right? Semi-fancy. You cook them in butter. Like, let me grab the rest of them. And I only did half, which I can't even believe. But I could say fancy. It's definitely fancy. It's not like a French fry, which I didn't know. I know this is lame. I don't know if they had those back in the day, but it's not a French fry. It's not just your like mashed potato or boiled potato. It's definitely something a little different and fun. I will say your parsley, make sure to keep it a nice, oh, that one's like a little too big. Girl, you didn't even cut the stem off of that. But for a buttery potato, that's not bad. I have a feeling it'll heat up well. I will say, I think because I did the little reds, keeping the skin on actually ended up working quite well. So I ain't mad about that. Like, that's pretty dang good. Our cobbler, I'm going to see real quick. I'm going to put that on low. I'm going to try to make room so I can show you guys the cobbler and where we're at with it. Because I feel bad that I don't know if it's going to be done. Everything else went so fast. Maybe I need to make like chocolate chip cookies or something. Just so we can keep this going. Okay. Let's see, is that hot? It's a little hot. All right, let's see here. Okay. That way, okay, if we can do that. Because I want you guys to see the cobbler. Oh, do you guys see this? All right, hold on. I gotta fix the sun. I gotta fix the sun real quick. It's insane. All right, hold on. All right. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw it, but woo, that light. Okay. What are you saying yes to, Top? Are you saying yes to me making chocolate chip cookies? Because I got a lot. We got time. Make the cookies. All right, I'll make cookies. I'll make cookies. because I want to make some kind of a dessert for you guys. Top loves my cookies, so I'll make some chocolate chip cookies. Because I'm going to show you right now our stove view. Her. So the cobbler, it's coming together nicely. You can see it's bubbling up. But our cake mix, it needs to get browned. So with the kind of dump and go, it will get browned and all of that. So we're going to make chocolate chip cookies. I'm actually going to go, I usually know it by heart, but I'm going to go to my own website because that, I believe I have my dessert recipe on there for my chocolate chip cookies. If not, that's sad. Oh, I do. Good. All right. We're going to make cookies. Who doesn't like a good chocolate chip cookie, huh? I mean, if you don't, that's fine, but we're not friends. I think chocolate chip cookies are like my favorite thing. That and a nice hot brownie with some vanilla ice cream. So good. Okay, let's preheat the oven. I didn't think I was going to need it today. We're going to need it. Cooking method, convect, 325, low and slow. Always make sure you have a nice low and slow. All right, next, we're going to need 1 cup of butter room temp. Good thing I actually have that room temp. Let me get another bowl though. Okay, come on. You want to come out. You want to come out. I know you do. All right. There we go. And I'm going to use a paddle attachment on our mixer here. I don't want to use a whisk because I don't want air. If you think about your mixer, a whisk adds air into stuff. So if you're trying to keep something more together, you don't use a whisk, you'd use a paddle. And then you think about it even more like a dough hook, that keeps things even more pushed together. Just because, again, the less space that air can get in. So if you're wondering why I do it the way I do it, that's why. Is I don't want airy cookies. Now, there are certain cookies, like sometimes when I make crinkle cookies, I'll do it because then they come out super puffy. And they're super yummy like that. So, all right, sugars. Sugar. I don't know if that'll get flagged for something, but I never know the policies about singing songs. I'm going to need chocolate chips. Don't put that away. Y'all, I love cookies. Okay, so we're going to do 1 cup white, 1 cup brown. Again, I have made this so many times. I'm like, 1 cup, 1 cup. I'm like, I'm not looking at my recipe. I pretty much know it, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. This recipe is on my website, beckawithflour.com. Okay. And then brown. You can do dark or light. I go light. It's a little less sweet for me, so I kind of like the lighter brown sugar. And I'm going to be, ooh, slow. You just wanted to fall on over, didn't you? Okay, let's catch you. Can't waste any of this brown sugar. And you want to pack this guy in, by the way. So I pack him. All right. And we're going to cream together our sugars with the butter. That's room temp. That's why it's important your butter's room temp. It makes the creaming together a little easier. I will say if it's not room temp, that's fine. You're just going to cream it together and do a little bit. Should I make a left and go to Big Bear? No, you need to come home. We need you home. What are you thinking? Okay, let's get all of our liquids. Let me just grab this little bowl where we get our liquids together. So let's get some vanilla extract. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons. You're in Big Bear already. That's really good. We're waiting for you to come home, sir. All right. I swear the girls heard I'm making chocolate chip cookies and now they're like right next to me. They're like, oh, these are the good things. This is the good thing. Obviously, I do not give my dogs chocolate chip cookies, but they know the good stuff. Okay. Whoop. 1 egg. Okay. So there is the liquids. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this because I think it's important. So this is what I mean by creaming your sugars and butters together. Look at that. It looks like it's a dough. It's literally sugared butter. Like that's what you want it to look like. It's super important you do that and you cream it and take the time to cream it. So that way when you bake them, basically you don't get these random weird pockets of sugar and no sugar. Like it's just take the time to cream it. I'm just telling you guys, it really does help. All right. Now I'm going to grab, where's my, that's a quarter. Okay, half teaspoon. We're going to grab our baking soda, baking powder. Can you guys tell I make these a lot? This is probably one of our most like made desserts in our house is warm chocolate chip cookies. Baking soda is going to be a whole teaspoon. Baking powder was a half teaspoon. Then I'm going to do a whole teaspoon of some salt. You got to have that salty goodness. Sometimes when they come out, if I feel like I need more salt in my life, like I'm just feeling a little salty, I'll add some flakes onto the top of the cookies right when they come out, so the chocolate's still kind of nice and not liquidy, but it's sticky, so that way I can like just get in there and enjoy the loveliness of it. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let's grab some flour. And I'm just doing all-purpose. No need to do anything else. All right, 3 cups all-purpose. We're doing it old school. Just grabbing the flour, leveling with our fingers. Home baker, guys. I'm not kidding you when I say I probably make chocolate chip cookies once or twice a month. Because this will have a lot of dough that I don't cook all of them. And I refrigerate the rest of the dough. So the next day when we want nice, hot, warm cookies, I just take the dough and put it together. It makes it so nice. So we always have amazing warm chocolate chip cookies. I do a hefty 1 cup of chocolate chips because that's the best part of this. Okay. So in our creamed butter, I'm going to add, so this has that vanilla extract on the egg. So I'm going to add this in. Then once, I'm going to give it just a minute or 2. Once that gets good, I'm going to slowly add in, my nose. I'm going to slowly add in the flour, just like, I'll do a third cup at a time. And now it looks almost like a paste. So we're going to add the flour in. I'm actually going to turn to a level 2. We're going to slow this down. The flour is basically all your dry ingredients of your baking soda, baking powder, salt, and flour. And I'm just going to do it one at a time. And then I probably have 2 or 3 scoops left. Okay. Now, I'm going to give that a minute because that'll become a nice dough, what everyone's used to a cookie dough being like. And then I add the chocolate chips in once it's like formed its dough. Which it's sticking to the sides, so let me grab something to stop this. Whoa, this is a weird song. I couldn't hear it. Okay, there we go. All right, weird song, go away. Okay, now I will add our choco chip. Let's grab some. I'm gonna grab one of these and a silicone mat. Woo! Oh my gosh, yes, this dough looks so good. Guys. Okay, silicone mat. And then I'm just gonna go in. Ooh. Okay. And that is giant. We don't need them that big. So this is gonna make a pretty big cookie. I don't think I want them that big. So big. There we go. More like a little bigger than a golf ball. This one's really big. That first one I did, that's too big. Too big for a cookie. Like I said, I'm not even going to do all this dough either. They have a pretty good spread, so give them like a few inches. It's definitely spread a bit. This is like a heavy metal. Actually, I like this song. This one sounds cool. Is this really elevator music? Yeah. That's crazy that this is what they consider elevator music. I like it. This is my kind of elevator music, I'll tell you that much. Okay. All right. I know, Stella, you gotta hold on. My girls hit this time of night where every noise outside, they think something's happening, that they need to go investigate. But, because they went to the bathroom right before I went on stream. So I know they don't actually need to use the restroom. Okay, there we go. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 cookies. Those will be gone in no time. All right, 325. Let's stick them in. I'm going to do 12 minutes. Because that's good. And then I'm going to grab a bag. And that's the thing about my recipe that I love about my cookie recipe is you don't have to refrigerate it first. Get all them goodies that have fallen off. I want all of it. All of it. There we go. All the good stuff. Ooh. Gotta get all the cookie goodness out of my nails. Okay. Yeah. And see what I mean? Like that recipe, again, that's on my blog in the dessert section. Like look at how much more dough I have. And you can actually freeze this too. We will eat this dough. That's the sad part. Usually what I'll do is in a day or two, because the dough will stay good for a few days, I make whatever's left. And then from there, I'll just hand it out to neighbors. I'll just be like, hey, you want some cookies? They all know my chocolate chip cookies by now. Sometimes I'll put like toffee or nuts in it just to change it up. Like if I'm like, ooh, I want one, I'll take like some of it and put in probably about like a 1/4 cup of like pecans or something, just so I can have a different type of a cookie, or put a caramel drizzle over it. But honestly, cookies are the easiest. That's how fast it was to make chocolate chip cookies. Like, let me take whoop, our lid off. It pays to be your neighbor. It does. You're paying in your waist size, but it does pay to be my neighbor. I'll say that. They get all kinds of things. If you guys remember those cinnamon rolls we made, it would have been 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Like, I handed them all out to neighbors, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, they're so good. I was like, I low-key need to have a cinnamon roll company because everybody wanted some. But, oh my gosh, our cobbler is looking good. I don't think it'll finish in time still. I don't know. I don't think it will, but I want to show you guys. Look at how yummy. I know you're like, what? The blueberry. I wish I could like share. I might have to share a picture online to show you guys what it looks like because it's actually quite delicious. It's one of our favorite ones to have. But we're going to wait for our cookies to be done. I'm so excited. And again, so all the recipes pinned to the top. While we wait, if anybody has any ideas for a theme, please throw them out there in chat. You can hit me up on Instagram, do whatever works. Let's see if my commands work. They started working and then they stopped again and then they started again. So let's see if they work today. Definitely not. Okay, so let me link my Instagram for you guys because that's probably one of the fastest ways. If you have something that you'd like to see added, you could always DM me on Instagram, and I am more than happy to take care of it. But also, all my socials are on my blog as well, so we can do that. But yeah, let's pick out our theme for next week, shall we? Okay. And again, books, movies, TV shows. We've done sports teams, anime. We've done a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of people running around my house right now. That's weird. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. Here we go. What is our theme for next week? Okay. Picked it. It's been chosen. All right. Our theme for a 4-course meal next week. Oh my gosh. You have to be kidding me. How funny, you guys. We just were talking about this. It's Harry Potter. My theme for next week is Harry Potter. We were literally just talking about that today. I have no idea what I'm going to do. There's no way, I'm going through all the movies by that time. But now I got to figure out Harry Potter food. Oh my gosh. Okay. This has got to be a good one. What's up, Emma? How are you? Right? Yeah, the witch hat cupcakes. Oh my gosh. Like, let's see. While we're waiting for our cookies, let's see. Oh my gosh. What are we going to do? Okay. Harry Potter food. I'm like looking online. There's oh my gosh, there's no way. There's a Harry Potter cookbook, Jedi. Okay, I might have to steal a recipe or two from there. There's no way I'm watching all the movies. So I have gotten through 3. I will try to get the 4th one in, but there's just no way I can watch all of them. You've been busy moving into a cheaper place, so every weekend's been unpacking. Oh my gosh, I hope you're loving your new place though, Annabelle. I really hope you are, because, oh my gosh, like sometimes it can be the best thing in the world to move, but the actual process of moving, oh my gosh, it can be a bit insane. Pumpkin paste, is it like pastry? Okay. Oh, you know what else? Right, never say never after I was just telling everybody that. I gotta make, what's it called? Okay, hold on, let me get a piece of paper. I gotta make their butter beer, or whatever it's called. Am I gonna do a drink? Roxy, you're okay. You gotta hold on. Yes! Butter beer. I gotta do butter beer and figure that one out. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna write these all down, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. Witch hat cupcakes. How funny, and we were just talking about this on stream earlier. Like, how funny. Butter beer.
It's easy. Okay, cool, Jedi. What else was said? Oh, the pumpkin. Okay. I'm like going through all the other things. Okay, let's see here too. Cornish, French onion soup, steak and kidney. Oh no, steak and kidney pie. That I'd probably throw up from that. I'm not doing that. Okay, maybe we should go to the cookbook like you said. Oh, it's a lot of like English food. Okay. All right, let's do. I'm like just like Google imaging, like what's some Harry Potter food? Yeah, they definitely. Oh, how cute! They have like those little pastries, the hand pies, but they look like the envelopes that they got when they got invited. Okay, we got to have some fun with this. I think I'm going to do some weird stuff with this. I mean, why not? Okay, let's look. Let me look up the Harry Potter cookbook. Can I get it fast enough? Oh my gosh, there's like multiples. Okay, let's try this one first. There's a lot of these. Like ones that are just like, they make it look like Harry Potter, like food to, I don't even know which one to get. Okay. We're going to just try this first one. It's like, it says the Harry Potter, the official Harry Potter cookbook. Okay. I might not buy it, but okay, so, oh, Quidditch nachos. Oh, that's funny. So this is like food that looks like it. They did gold bars, so those look like churros. And I'm going to mess up the guy's name. The Gleaming Gringotts gold bars. And then Hedwig meringue. I want like, that's just like normal food that is Harry Potter. Like I want something, chocolate frogs. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? That would take me the entire stream to figure out how to make and not be mad about it. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at people's Google images just to see what I can find. I'm grabbing oh my gosh, thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Mince pies, mushroom and chicken mushroom pies, breaded pork chops. See, and I don't know the movies that well to know, like, should I do food that looks like Harry Potter food, or should I do food from the movie, but I don't know what is in the movie. Which could also be a Monty Python food. Which one? The chocolate frogs? I haven't seen Monty Python in like any of them in such a long time. Girls, you're okay. Hold on. Sorry, guys, they're going crazy. Okay, let's see here. See all photos. Let's see. Holiday fair food, Cornish pasties. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of pies. They even have cinnamon rolls. But I don't know. Like, you guys are going to... I might need some help to know what is actually, like, good food. Rock cakes. I don't know what that is. Some more. The food in the film is the same for most scenes. There is, like... Okay. So if I go with the general stuff of, like, the meat pies and things like that, I should be fine. Yeah, there's a whole bit about a crunchy frog that was actually a raw frog. Oh! Shepherd's pie. I'm not making that, by the way, guys. I can't stomach shepherd's pie. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think I'm like seeing some stuff online of like Harry Potter food. It's all pretty like, rock cake is like scones. Okay. I think I'm just, let's see. And the Fantastic Beasts cookbook, Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts. Well, I'm not doing Fantastic Beasts, so I can't put them together. I haven't ever seen any of the Fantastic Beasts. I don't know what that is. But they use a lot of pumpkin. Okay, so we'll definitely do something with pumpkin. I like the idea of the witch hat cupcakes. We can do like a pumpkin something, like pastry or something like that. And then I think, I'm kind of looking at other stuff. A lot of things have like, oh my gosh. I'm seeing like flying cars, peanuts. Oh, we got a Hagrid's dragon eggs. That would be fun. Okay, let me look at the cookies. They just went off. Oh, these aren't done. These need a little more time. Hagrid's dragon eggs. Corned beef sandwiches. Oh, that might, okay, I'm gonna write that one. That one sounds good. Corned beef sandies. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, let me snooze this ad, by the way, since I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, I'm like going on Amazon where it's like you can see like Amazon photos of the book. And I'm going through just to see what people have. We have, she was in the last one, the Sybil, I'm going to mess up all these names, Sybil Trelawney tea, but I'm going to do beer, butter beer, because hello, you have to do butter beer. Okay, I think I got what we're going to do. I love this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so, what is that? It's Knight's Bus and a burger. Oh my, that's a massive burger. Okay. Okay. I think I got stuff, guys. I'm actually so excited to try all these different recipes. I think it's gonna be, oh, what's this one? A cheesy, oh, it's like a cheesy snake pastry. Oh yeah. I have my unofficial cookbook of Harry Potter foods. Okay, I think that's the one I'm looking at too. And it's got like a lot better options than the official one. Giant cauldron sandwich. That's not a sandwich though. That's like corn in a bread bowl. Okay, this is so fun. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I might make, I mean the Quidditch nachos look good, but they're just nachos with the Quidditch like circles. So I'm like, no, that's not it. But there's some really, really fun recipes. So I'm going to get into this. Hogwarts crust pie. Well, that takes a lot of effort. I don't know them that well. There's like a Harry Potter PB&J sandwich. That's just cute. Okay, I think we got some stuff though. Like between the minced pies, pumpkin, corned beef sandwiches, butterbeer, and witch hat cupcakes. I mean, I think we got this. I think I got Harry Potter. I think I have it down. Lightning bolt bread. Oh, that would be kind of fun. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to like go down the rabbit hole of figuring out what we're going to make here. But the Harry Potter, guys. We're doing Harry Potter next Sunday. I can't believe it. I will commit to watching one more Harry Potter, okay? I'll be able to commit to that. Like I said, I've gone through 3 of them, so I'll be on number 4. I don't know which one that is. I'm sure you all do, but so far it's been really fun. Ooh. Oh my gosh, all the yummy cookies. Sorry, Top, those are all going to be gone by the time you get home. You might have to make your own batch. But Harry Potter, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. And I might, you know what's funny is I think one of my sisters has the cookbook too. So I might be able to have her also send me stuff. Oh my gosh, oh, I love chocolate chip cookies. They are my favorite. I'm really bad about waiting for them to be done. Like cooled off. Oh, so good. But okay, and then let's see. I'm gonna keep looking while we're waiting for these to cool off. So let's see here. There's like a few. There's a lot. There's like baking books. There's a Christmas book. All that. You must feed me cookies. I don't know, Top. This might be where it ends. No more cookie saving for you. Yeah, I love this though. I think this is, oh, haggis? No, I've had haggis. I'm good. I'm not making haggis. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We're going to do a lot. I think it's going to be a lot of handhelds too. Because we're going to have this, I've never made corned beef. So I think it would be fun to make that and have a lot of fun doing that. Then the pumpkin, I'm excited because I'm like, we are in fall. So pumpkin is still going to be amazing. The witch hat cupcakes, like that is, do I do chocolate? Do I do vanilla? Or do I do a really fun, crazy, like, what kind of cupcake flavor should I do? There's so many. Maybe I should do red velvet. I might do red velvet. That would be fun. And then I definitely want to do some kind of meat pie because that seems to be in a lot of sorting hat. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be fun. How would I do the sorting hat though? I mean, I could mold him from chocolate, but I could do the hats, the colors, like the red, green, like green and yellow. Ooh, maybe that's what I do. Maybe we do vanilla, but I'll dye the different cupcakes. Jedi, you're so smart. I just thought of it. So I'm going to make all the colors of the houses and I'll swirl them in with the cupcakes. Then I'll do a generic icing on top, put some sprinkles on, and without Top Dog and I knowing, we'll each pick a cupcake and we won't know what our house is, or what do they call it? I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry, guys. I really suck at this. But we won't know what our house is until we bite into the cupcake to see what colors we got. Oh, I love this. Yes, because I have black cupcake holders, so I can put them in there and we won't be able to see the colors. And then Top Dog and I will literally grab one to be like, this is my house, but it'll all be mixed in together. And then I'll do a generic icing on top. This is Christmas music. Don't get me wrong, one of my favorite songs, but the elevator station is now in Christmas land, I guess. Okay. But yes, we could do it that way. Oh my gosh, make a game out of it. It's so fun. Oh yes, that'd be so fun. Okay. So I got to look up all the house colors, which I know you guys probably all know. I know that red and yellow is, hold on, is Gryffindor. And that green, is it green and black? Or a Slytherin? Or green and gray? Okay, here we go. Images. All right, so Gryffindor, red and yellow. Slytherin is green and like gray. Hufflepuff, yellow, black. Ravenclaw, it looks like blue and brown. Is that right? Does that sound right to you guys? Blue and brown? So I could easily, I might not do, so, okay, Hufflepuff, I can get the black. It'll be semi-black, but the yellow. The yellow will definitely be there where the Gryffindor is going to be the red. Yes, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. And then, oh my gosh, yes. This is going to be so cool. Okay, we're easily going to do that. That is not even going to be a problem. Look at this. Look at that nice browning. Oh my gosh, here you guys go. This is how I make people hungry. Oh, the chocolate in that chocolate chip cookie. Perfection.
Can I send you guys all some of my cookies? Would you guys mind? Oh my gosh, this is so good. Okay. Harry Potter next week. We did Titanic. First class Titanic food. And oh my gosh, it is, I mean, first class for its time. Great. Oh my gosh, Master, welcome back. I ended up making chocolate chip cookies because well, y'all know Titanic, right? This ship went down for us. I decided not to make eclairs. Instead, I wanted a blueberry cobbler. It still has another 20 or 30 minutes until it's even presentable to eat. Really, probably another hour. Yeah, it's got a bit of time. So no eclairs, then blueberry cobbler. Then instead of the salmon with the hollandaise, I did chicken, which was fine, but honestly, give me hollandaise. Don't give me that Mussolini or Mussolina sauce. However, the steak bites with horseradish. So yeah, but now Harry Potter next week. But I did decide to make cookies because we have to have a dessert. We have to. So we got it. You guys, I love that we're going to do cupcakes. And I'm going to do the sorting colors, the house colors in them. And then Top Dog and I will each pick a cupcake at random, and do it. So I don't know who Ginny is yet. I've only gotten to movie number 3. So I don't know who Ginny is yet. Oh, wait, no. Isn't that Ron Weasley's sister? Isn't that Ginny? She's really little, right? I will watch one more before stream. I'm not watching all of them, though. I can't do it. It's just not, it's not in my heart to do that, guys. But then we'll make beer butter. Butter beer, not beer butter. Although that might not be half bad. To make a butterscotch butter to put on a scone. Ooh, 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 ooh. That sounds good. Let's see. What else we got? And then we decided some pumpkin, like pastry. We're going to try doing that. And we're going to do some corned beef, sandies, and then I want to do some kind of a meat pie. I feel like a good meat pie would happen as well. So I 100% think we're ready for this. You don't like butterscotch. You know what? I am not the biggest butterscotch fan either, but I think that's what butter beer is, isn't it? If y'all have had it and made it, tell me, because I thought it's like cream soda meets butterscotch, if I'm not mistaken. As I sit and eat chocolate chip cookies. But Harry Potter, how funny. It kind of makes me laugh, guys. Like, the last time I was talking about a cruise ship, and when we went on our cruise, and I picked Titanic out as our theme, and then we start off today talking about Harry Potter, because that's what I did with Halloween, as I watched the 3rd Harry Potter movie, and then I pull Harry Potter. It's meant to be. Y'all are meant to be with me. It's like caramel meets cream soda with a roasted caramel flavor. Oh, okay. Well, then that'll be good. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll make some butter beer. I think this will only be like my 2nd or 3rd time ever making like a drink on stream. I know we did a tea one time, and I made like strawberry lemonade. I think that's it. The rest of the time it's always been food. So we're going to do that. But it has been a blast. Oh my gosh, guys. It's been so fun. I cannot believe it. Barstow Pit Stop has 6 bases at it. Has 6 bases? I don't know what you mean by that top. Has 6 bases. Like military bases? I don't know what you mean. Gonna get something else because I'll be here forever. Oh, okay. 6 buses. Got it. Okay, yeah. Oh, bars. Yeah, no. Go to the next one or go back one. Yeah, no, it's a pain. When you arrive there right after the buses did, woo, you're there for hours. Butterbeer is a butterscotch syrup and cream soda with a whipped cream. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be fun. You know what's so funny too is I actually have like, look at this. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. Look at this. This is gonna be the perfect cup to put it in. Sorry, my last name starts with an E, but like, look at that. Perfect cup to put butterbeer in. I'm actually really excited. I know too, I'm not saying she's coming on camera, because I'd never do that to somebody, but we might have a special appearance. My husband's aunt is actually going to be in town, so she'll be able to try it too. But yeah, Mexican food, right? Oh yeah, Master. No, Top Dog and I actually, that's where we met with San Diego. He lived in San Diego since like 7th grade until we moved to Orange County. And I did too. So yeah, we know some of the best Mexican food restaurants in San Diego. I've thought about on my blog trying to do something like location to show everyone some of the best, because I'm a huge foodie. So we grew up in the Bay Area, moved to San Diego, and then him and I met, it's funny, we both grew up Bay Area of California, or lived there, were born there. I moved around all over and then eventually ended up in San Diego. He went from Northern California to San Diego and then we met. And from there, we moved to Orange County and then to Vegas. But I can tell you some of the best food places in all the locations. Yeah, no, it's funny, Master. When I was in high school, you ditch school and drive down to Tijuana to go get Mexican food and then drive back before school ended. Super easy to do. Because back then, you didn't even need a passport. You just had to show you were a U.S. citizen with like your driver's license. And it's the best street tacos ever. There's actually a very good place near downtown. Oh yeah, it's that close. Yeah, it would take from where I went to high school like a 45-minute drive maybe to over the border. Getting across the border is really easy. It's nowadays coming back is hard, but back then you used to come back. Sometimes we'd even park our car on the U.S. side and then walk across. You get your taco, because there's so much stuff right there. You'd either take a taxi or you'd go to a taco stand right there. You get your tacos, your cervezas, which is like beer, and then you'd walk back across to the U.S. side. But yeah, no, it's that close. San Diego, I mean, you can stand on the beach of San Diego and you can see Mexico. Like, not the beach right next to it, like the beach, any of the beaches, honestly, if you know where to look, you can see Mexico. It's that close. So some of the best Mexican food. You're okay. But, oh my gosh, guys. We're doing Harry Potter. We did first class Titanic. We knew what was in their bellies as the ship went down. Honestly, not first class for us nowadays, but still amazing. But next week, we are going to do it. Harry Potter. We might have a few people coming in that are going to be new to stream to try food out, but I am so excited. I think it's going to be so fun. I got to try to finish cleaning up this house before Top comes home, and I have to finish all these cookies so that, you know, he doesn't get any because he's not here. I'll send them to you guys. How's that sound? But it has been so fun. As always, you guys are absolutely amazing. And we'll see each other next week. You all have a great week. Make sure, be safe, have fun, take a breather. It is going to be absolutely, I just know this week's going to be good. Like, I am putting the vibes out there because I need them to come back to me that way. It has been rough. So we're going to do it. We're going to make it through. And then we'll do Harry Potter. And again, it's just, oh, I can't wait. If you think of anything else, any ideas, or definitely if you find any recipes you think I need to see, send them to me in my DM. But you guys have a good week. Have a good rest of your weekend. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't go down like the ship. Just a few things. We've made it through. We have made it through. But absolutely love you guys. Have a great week. I will see you next Sunday. Night, guys. Bye.